Post Malone loses an insane and hilarious bet to Patrick Mahomes. Metallica announces their highly anticipated new release. Trapt has some very disappointing album sales. Longtime Pantera bassist rails against President Trump, angering many of their fans, and so much more. Stick with us. I'm going to have to speed through these stories today so it doesn't end up being an hour and a half. There's just so much to get to today. But please, if you're new here, if you're watching this show for the first time, the best way you can support is free. Subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on breaking news and updates. First off, Metallica, they have announced what we were talking about yesterday, S&M 2. Not only are they releasing a movie and a live album, but it's also a box set containing all kinds of goodies. Now, we're not exactly getting brand new Metallica songs. They said we were going to get new Metallica music, but we are going to get new compositions from Metallica. They've altered the songs that they've written that we've been listening to for decades. I personally am a massive fan of the original S&M release. I've seen S&M 2 in theaters, but they've tweaked it for this release, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It's neat to hear songs in a different way, reimagined. Evanescence did something like this a couple years ago, and I'm a fan of this. I know some people always want really heavy Metallica, but sometimes turning the volume down a little bit can make you appreciate the heavy stuff so much more.
Welcome, friends, to S&M 2. Now the world is gone on this one. Let them play what they do.
There you have it, available August 28th, Metallica and the San Francisco Symphony S&M 2. 4 LP, 2 CD, Blu-ray, DVD, digital, streaming, and deluxe box set. They might even throw a pizza in. Who the hell knows? That is a lot of content from Metallica. And new content from Metallica is always good. Moving on, we've got an update from Trapt on their album. You'll recall for the last few months, their vocalist Chris Brown has been feuding with different musicians, comparing streaming numbers. I'm pointing that out because he's basically said that, you know, metalcore bands and things like that are losers, and he outstreams them and he outsells them. He's very much boasted about their streaming numbers, and now we have some numbers. According to Metal Sucks, they sold approximately 600 new copies on their album Shadow Work, which was just recently released. Now, Trapt, to their point, is heavily disputing these numbers. They responded saying, "We sold almost 4,000 albums from July 3rd to July 9th. Not bad for a band that did everything ourselves and got zero word said about it on any DSPs. We're happy with it. Not sure what chart you are looking at, because they would be missing quite a few." Surely it should be pretty easy to figure out what exactly the numbers were very soon, assuming that they applied to SoundScan and each individual sale should be counted. We'll let you know if we get any updates on that. All right, and moving on, let's talk about a viral video that I really enjoyed involving Volume's bassist Rod Sudani. They have a new song out called Holy Water. They've reunited with their former co-vocalist Michael Barr, and they are sounding very good on the new material. Definitely check it out. So this video is going viral just now, but it was filmed in 2017. And basically, during a Volume show, Rod went out into a casino, which was part of the venue. He walked out into the casino. He placed a bet at a slot machine and was back on stage in time for the breakdown of the song. He wrote at the time, "Gonna walk out during wormholes with the wireless to the casino, place a bet on roulette, and come back in time for the breakdown." He noted a few minutes ago, this video got like 20,000 more views in the past day. Y'all just finding out I do epic shit? It's every day. Today I did a backflip off Whole Foods roof, went through the ceiling, and landed right in front of a coffee barista to place my order. Check this out.
Let's go find this table.
I don't know if you're still playing.
Let's play something. All right, let's play something.
What do you want? What do you want?
There's no tables.
I can't find a table.
Oh,
over here.
Let's play the slot machine. Let's play the slot right here. Yeah,
All right, here we go. You want to do it?
We're playing wormholes, dog.
Playing wormholes while placing a bet or doing some slot machine.
Vegas,
Dude, what's
baby.
good? What's
Yeah,
good?
see it right now. And he's betting, so let's go.
All right, dude. Here we go.
Three of a kind! Woo!
Got 3 of a kind.
Cash out! Cash out!
All right, now here's an update from yesterday's story involving current and former members of Static X. You had Trip Eisen, the former guitarist of the band, claiming he wasn't getting credit for this band's new album, which is a tribute to their late frontman Wayne Static. He posted a press release about it, slamming the members of the band. Static X briefly responded, and he brought Edsel Dope into it. He basically said, Trip Eisen was saying something to the effect of, I was good friends with Wayne Static. He never would have been happy with the way this went down. And now Edsel Dope is coming out with some very serious allegations. I'm going to have to censor a lot of this because the statement is so strongly worded. He wrote, you two-time convicted offender piece of shit. Keep my name out of your talentless mouth. I fired you 20 years ago because you were an egotistical, low-talent idiot. And Static X fired you more than 15 years ago because you were a 40-year-old creep who was arrested for having relations with multiple 14-year-old fangirls. Deplorable. You have not progressed in the least bit, not even after spending 2 separate stints in jail. You are an antagonist who paints himself as a victim. Boo-hoo and you. Meanwhile, you've even apologized to our metal community for betraying all of our trust. You've never apologized. By preying on young, impressionable fangirls for your own selfish perversions, and now you're trying to attach your name to an incredibly well-orchestrated memorial tribute that you had absolutely nothing to do with. Get the fuck out of here. For your information, Wayne and I had a very pointed discussion about you while on tour together in 2014, so I know exactly how he felt about you. Wayne fucking hated you and had no interest in ever associating with you again. You've been begging for people to pay attention to you and your new band for 3 years, attempting to tie yourself to virtually everything Static X or Dope does, hashtagging Dope, Static X, and Murder Dolls in virtually every post. Wow. And after that, you've managed to gather nearly 1,000 followers in total. LOL, it's over, dummy. You will always be known as that 40-year-old creepy guy with Lee press-on dreads who targeted underage fangirls. This is not my opinion. This is a fact, and it is public record. Charges were filed against you in 2 separate states for kidnapping, endangering the welfare, and aggravated assault, and luring to entice a minor through the internet. You were arrested and sentenced. Game over. I hope that ICP and all the juggalos across the world are reading this and remember who you are and what you did and why you've ended up crying on the sidelines. I'm so done with the clowns, and I so hope the juggalos are listening. Edsel Dope. 14-year-olds, dudes. That is one of the most scathing responses I've ever seen. And when I did the video yesterday, I didn't know all of these allegations and even charges that were levied against Trip Eisen. So this is very troubling stuff. And if you've been involved in that sort of activity, one would think you would not want to put yourself out there like that and seemingly be so egotistical, but what do I know? And next up, we've got a story from Pantera's Rex Brown, who is criticizing the president for his handling of the coronavirus. Now, if you know anything about Pantera, you know that a sizable portion of their audience is probably going to be supportive of the president, not everyone. So this led to some backlash for the comments that Rex Brown made, and he's basically going back and forth on Twitter here, as reported by Blabbermouth. Here's what he said. Someone shared, New Zealand lifts all COVID restrictions, declaring the nation virus-free. Rex Brown said, now if only we would have listened to these guidelines. 3 million of us wouldn't be sick, 140,000 dead and counting, and to think that we had to listen to an Oompa Loompa that only wants rating, not precaution. Disgusting. Someone wrote, Rex, I look up to you. I've followed you forever, but we have 328 million people in America and New Zealand, almost 5 million. They have about 1.5% of our population. They aren't handling anything better. Obviously, we have people not listening, and that's a problem, but we're way bigger. Rex said, I know the numbers are disproportionate. If everyone would just quit being the problem, we wouldn't be where we are today. Thanks for your oversight. He then added, it's called leadership. That was the point I was trying to get across and failed in my knee-jerk reaction to this piece. So Rex obviously pointing out that he's not trying to be hyper political. He's just disappointed in the way the situation is handled. And now on to one of my favorite stories of the week. This involves Post Malone, one of my favorite musicians right now. A lot of people say he's a rap artist, but he's very much also a rock star. We've seen him play guitar on numerous occasions on stage. He loves rock. He's always spreading the word about rock. He recently did a live stream where he played guitar and performed Nirvana songs. He's just a really cool guy. So anyways, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes recently scored a $500 million contract from the team, and for good reason. He's obviously one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the NFL right now in terms of raw skill and talent. And he had a bet going on with Post Malone, and the loser had to get a tattoo of the other person. And unfortunately for Post Malone, he lost the bet. So this all went down back in February after the Super Bowl, and they were celebrating. It says Post Malone was playing a show in Kansas City, and Mahomes and some of the teammates figured it would be a good, fun way to keep the party going. Mahomes told GQ, "We didn't buy tickets, but once we won the Super Bowl, we're kind of like, can we get a suite?" They added, unsurprisingly, the accommodations could be made for the recently crowned Super Bowl champions. Before the show, Post Malone invited Mahomes and his crew backstage to party a bit and wound up challenging the Super Bowl MVP and his trusted tight end, Travis Kelce, to a few games of beer pong. They added, with that challenge set, Mahomes and Kelce began to run the table. Kelce told GQ, "I don't know if I've been that hot on the pong table ever in my life." Post Malone grew somewhat frustrated and he began to pile up losses, switching teammates in an attempt to find a path to victory. At the time of the concert drawing near, Post decided to make things a bit more intense, asking Mahomes and Kelce to sign a piece of paper and telling the Chiefs duo that they would get their autographs tattooed on him should he lose again. He says he has a tattoo artist literally in the room. I'm like, dude, you do not actually have to get a tattoo of our autographs. But Malone lost and made good on his promise, adding Mahomes and Kelce's signature to his impressive collection of body art. Post Malone's a noted football fan. I believe he's a Cowboys fan, but that doesn't stop him from recognizing real talent like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Obviously, the Chiefs are one of the best teams in the league. Second only to the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello from the future. So after I filmed this video today and even edited it, there was a surprise video that came out from Slipknot and Stone Sour vocalist Corey Taylor. This video is a behind the scenes look at a bleeped version of something from his new solo project. You can see him with the championship belt. It looks like it may be pro wrestling themed in some way, which looks amazing. The point is that the music video that he filmed looks very, very high quality. So it's great to see that Corey's not sparing any expense here when it comes to this new project. Massive CMFT behind him, and the music video looks good. So this is where it begins. Corey Taylor is starting to hype up his new solo project, obviously, and we will hope to have more information some point in the future. But this is very exciting to see that we are going to potentially have new music from Corey Taylor sooner than we thought. So here's a behind the scenes look at a solo music video coming at some point in the future from Corey Taylor.
Hey everybody, Corey Taylor here. We are back behind the scenes of filming the video for and, you can see I got the championship right here. Anybody wants to take it, bring it the fuck on.
All right, so that's the show for today. If you're new here, please subscribe so you don't miss future episodes and breaking news. Try to keep this going as long as we can. I appreciate the support, and we'll be back with you very soon.